comes to you with an opportunity, or you have a group of people that want to recommend, you want to be the expert. I mean, you actually want to be knowledgeable about your product. You want to be knowledgeable about your industry. You know, if you were in the hamburger business, you better know where your beef's coming from. So in the industry that we're in, network marketing and affiliate marketing, you should know what other people are doing and saying. You should know the terminologies that are out there, so that you can argue intelligently and you can recommend things knowing what you're talking about. I have I have a lot of experience with comp plans because as a programmer, I've been programming them for 20 years. I've been helping people build them. I've been strategizing with companies. As a consultant to the industry, I've helped build hundreds and hundreds of comp plans for people. I understand just about every comp plan that's ever been built and developed. I've seen everything that's ever come across. There's not much more that could actually be done. Now, I'm probably not the expert in the industry, but there's not too many people that understand the mathematics behind comp plans and what isn't legal in our industry than I do. This is just what I did for a living, and I'm a mathematician and a programmer, so I understand it from the business side. I want to show you a little bit about Comp Plans 101. Pro Series, this is going to be some training on comp plans. The first thing we need to ask is what comp plan is best. The best comp plan, you know, I put the little statement, love the one you're with. The best comp plan is the one that you'll work. If you're in this industry and you're with a company, you like the product, you like the people, and someone says, hey, my comp plan's better than your comp plan. Your comp plan only does this and my comp plan does this. Well, you know what? Most people in our industry never make any money. And it doesn't really matter what comp plan you have. As long as it's legitimate, as long as you're in a legal company, you will make money with the one that you work, the one that you believe in, the one that you can go out. If you see a comp plan that gives 10% more to the rep or 10% more to the leader or 10% more to this person, and you start feeling like your comp plan is bad, just work 10 times harder. Just get out there and work the plan. The one that will work is the one that you work. So the one that's best is the one that you can believe in, the one that you can focus on, the one that you can make some money. Most people don't make money even with the very best comp plan because they're not working. They don't believe in it. They're not actually selling it. So work it. We need to talk about the most common word when we talk to people is, well, isn't that a pyramid scheme? Or isn't that an illegal pyramid? We hear that phrase a lot. You know, what is and what isn't an illegal pyramid? Well, every organization is formed like in the shape of a pyramid. Our government, our households, our businesses have the CEO at the top, has the vice presidents underneath, the managers underneath them, and the employees underneath them. So every organization, almost every organization, is shaped like a pyramid when you look at the corporate structure. So a company or a business shaped in the form of a pyramid does not make it illegal. What's illegal about a pyramid is if it's a scam, if it's a money game, or if it's a scheme. And I'm going to talk about those. So don't be afraid. If someone says, is that an illegal pyramid, just tell them, no, it's not. There's a difference between the two. Point them to this video so that they can understand the difference. There's some pretty funny videos out there. If you go to YouTube and say, is this an illegal pyramid, there's some cartoons out there that actually talk about pyramids if someone's really, really concerned about it. So let's talk about a few of them that are actually illegal. There's some of them that are going around right now that I want to warn our people about, and that's what I want to talk about. The other word for an illegal pyramid is a Ponzi. People have heard the word Ponzi, the scheme. The Ponzi scheme is where it's basically similar to the second one, which is the money game. It's basically about switching money. It's about if you bring in a person who gives you $100 and you keep half of it and pass the other half to the people above you, and then they do the same thing, you're going to make a lot of money. And it's all about the money. It's a Ponzi. It's just bait and switch. It's all about transferring money, finances, and percentages back to each other. So the Ponzi scheme or the money game is something that you need to stay away from. If you don't see a real product, if you don't have any real training, if there's no website and tools and product being sold, and it's just a money game, then it's almost definitely illegal. Now, with the Ponzi and with the scheme, there are people out there making money, and you can make money with an illegal pyramid, but why would you do that, knowing that within a year to 18 months the company's going to get shut down, you're going to have to go do something else? Just because there's money to be made doesn't mean you need to do it. It'd be better to grow a business slower that's not a scheme so you don't have to keep starting over again. The other thing that it's called is the recruitment game, that all we're doing is recruiting people. And people are bringing money to the program, and they have different opportunities based on a recruitment. One of the things that we've done in Unlimited Profits is our product is based solely, almost everything that we do in our product, we recruit people to a free program. We don't recruit people with money in their pocket. We recruit people to a free program. We give them all their training and resources, and then we don't sell anything unless it becomes something of value. A training solution that's of comparable value, or some tools, or some recruitment training, or some lead generation tools, or whatever. We make sure that the upgrade is valued at an industry standard, so you can actually find things similar in our industry for a price point that we're selling it. So the recruitment game. Watch out for the things that are recruitment games. You also, another term for these is the cash gifting program. Like I was talking about the Ponzi scheme where you send money to somebody through an envelope. There's also another word for it. It's illegal to send cash through the mail for the purpose of making money. It's also called a chain letter. They used to have these chain letters where you would send $1, and it was pretty famous back in the 60s and 70s. The chain letter became illegal using the U.S. Postal Service to send mail to each other. It's still illegal. There's just no way that you can make it legal. And what's interesting about the cash gifting program is not only the owners of the company go to jail with a cash gifting program, but the people who make significant income and promote something like this. So you want to stay away from it. You don't want to not only have your program shut down, but find yourself being prosecuted for promoting people sending money illegally through the mail. Here's the new scam. You got to watch out for this one. It's called Compound Daily, or Compound Interest Daily. This has been around for about 10 years, and they keep switching it up a little bit, but it's becoming more and more popular. Some of the auction sites that just recently got shut down were Compound Interest Daily websites. And what they do is they tell you if you'll put in $100,000 or whatever the price tag is, $100 or $1,000, and we're going to compound your interest every day. For you investing in our investment, we're going to take your $1,000, and tomorrow you're going to have $1,000 plus 1.5% interest, or 2% or 3% interest, whatever it is. So you have this calculation being done: $100,000 times 1.015, 1.5% every day, and you times that out on your calculator. If you take $100,000 times 1.5% and hit times, equals, and then that's the next day. You hit the equal sign again, that's the next day. Hit the equal sign again, that's the next day. What you're going to find is once you push that button enough times, you're going to find that you're going to make more money than there is on the planet. It's not possible mathematically for you to compound somebody's interest that much money every day. 2.5% a day with $100,000 in it within, I think it's 18 months or less. Within a year, you will actually own all of the wealth of the planet. So just that statement alone, realizing that it's not possible for someone to pay you the wealth of the planet, you realize that what's happening is what they're doing is they're working on the greed of an individual. Someone puts in $100,000 and they're making 2.5%. And then they say, well, look how much money you've made. Well, the person doesn't take their money out. Why would they take their $2,000 out? They would let it ride. And so the company's making money off of the idea that they're paying you money, and they never pay you money because most people don't take their money out. Most people let their money ride because they want it to compound. And so the greed of the individual causes the company to go for years building, and you look at your back office and you're like, look at how much money I've made. I've made $200,000 a month. Well, how much are you taking out? Well, I'm not taking anything out. I'm going to wait till it gets to blah, blah, blah. Well, blah, blah, blah never arrives. Because once it does, the company has made so much money from your testimony and from the abundance of people excited about the program. They keep piling money in. The few payments that they do make out are coming from the wealth of the people who are piling it in. There is no money being made in the company. Well, they use a lot of different scams. The last one was the auction scam. You know, we have penny auctions, and there's a lot of money in penny auctions, but there's not the wealth of the world in penny auctions. You don't have $47 trillion in penny auctions. And they were saying, well, if you invest in our penny auctions, we're making enough money that we can actually pay that. Well, it's not possible. So the auction sites were a scam. I was telling people they were a scam. You need to get out as quick as you can. There's a few other ones that are popping up right now, a few of them that are trying to survive. but they're not going to work. I saw one just the other day. Someone that I know posted a compound interest daily program. They didn't even tell what their product was. They were just saying, if you'll throw money at us, we'll pay you 2.5% a day. The other one is international investing. There's people say, well, we invest in dollars, and we are really smart on how we invest, and there's a lot of money to be made in international trade and international dollar, or whatever it is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many different products that they say will make a company that kind of money, and I'm telling you, it's not possible. Mathematically, it's not possible. And the only reason that it works is because greedy people trying to make money not doing anything, not selling anything, keep their money in there and they let it ride. What happens every single time is once the big guys figure it out, something happens internally, and the big guys with their money will actually put in a request for a deposit or a withdrawal. Now the company's making billions of dollars a month with all these investments and all these deposits. The moment the big guys in the industry start making large amounts of money and they see their numbers internally going backwards, that's when the company shuts everything down. They take their billions of dollars and they disappear. Well, the greed of most of these guys is they'll sit there and let it ride just like their people are letting it ride, and they never quite get out in time. So most of these guys end up in jail. So watch out for those things. Here's what we want to talk about on the next programs. When you're looking at a company or a comp plan or a program, you want to look at who gets paid. When we're building a comp plan or when we're figuring out what's best, when I'm consulting with a company, the very first question that needs to get asked is who gets paid? Well, everybody gets paid. Okay, but who gets the weight of the pay? Who gets most of the money? Is it company weighted? Is it leadership weighted? Is it product weighted? Or is it average user weighted? Because when you build a comp plan, whether it's a binary or a unilevel or an Australian 2-up or an affiliate hybrid or a bonus program, whatever it is, you will look at the numbers, you'll do analysis, and you'll calculate, and somebody is getting paid. Once you figure out the averages, because everything works out with a pattern or averages. Once a company starts making money and products get to be sold, a couple months into it, you start seeing some patterns. Somebody's getting paid. And what's interesting is most people never know. The average guy, I'm saying the average professional in our industry, can't tell the difference between what is good about a binary versus a forced 3x6 matrix. What is it about a program that gets somebody paid? And I want to talk about those things. I want to show you the hype behind the 3x6 forced matrix, forced overflow, all that stuff. I want to talk about some of the terminologies and stuff. But when you build a program, if it's company weighted, you're going to see that the average guy in any organization only sells 2.7 memberships, only sells 2.7 sales. And when a person only makes 2.7 sales and they drop off and they go and do something else because they're disappointed or frustrated, who made money off of that person? Is the company making overflow, or is the person who signed them up making the money? There's also the one that's called leader weighted, the person who's a recruiter, the person who's a heavy signer. That many programs are sold or built on the idea that only the bigwig comes in, because a lot of these programs, they recruit the monsters in our industry, and the person will bring 1,500 people to them, and they develop the comp plan to make sure that he gets paid. They don't care about the little guy. They want the big guy. And so they go out there and they recruit the big guy, and they weight the program so that the mass recruiter makes all the money and the company makes enough from recruiting the big recruiter. We'll talk about some of that, exactly what to look for in a company that's leader weighted. A leader-weighted company is destined for failure. It can last for years, but it's destined for failure because the masses will never make their money. The masses will never get paid. The masses will always be disappointed, and it'll actually have way too much negative criticism, and the voice will get out there that you can't make any money with that program. Person might not know why, but when only 3% of the people in the business are making money, it's leadership weighted, and it's not good for the masses, and it can't grow. It can grow for a while because all the leaders are promoting and they're getting up on stage. There's these companies out there right now that are getting up on stage showing these massive checks. You got 15, 20 guys showing $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, but you don't see the average guy making any money. You don't see the grandma making any money. You don't see the average guy making any money. It's only the leaders, and if you look at the story behind the leaders, they brought 1,500 people to the table when they came to the program. They jump from program to program. They bring all their people with them, and it's leader weighted. There's another one that's called product weighted. It's all about selling product. If the product is amazing, it's the new shazizzle, it's the new amazing product, it's the new coffee, it's the new blood cure, it's the new drink, wowza wowza, whatever the medicine is, it's product weighted, and you're always selling testimonials. Oh, this will cure everything. This will grow your hair back and kill your cancer simultaneously. It's just the new product out there is product weighted. The problem with product weighted is there has to be a tremendous amount of profit margin built into it, because as soon as Walmart gets a hold of it, they're going to sell the exact same thing with a 3% profit margin, and there's no more money for the network marketing company. So a product weighted company is okay, but realize you don't have longevity in it. Someone's going to come up with something that has the exact same product in it, unless you have the secret resurrection from the dead pill that nobody else is going to be able to invent. Your company has longevity. Someone's going to come up with something similar. And then there's the average user weighted, the program that is based on the guy who can make money on his third sale. If you can build a program where the average guy can come in and do what the average guy does, he only does 2.7, if on his second sale he makes money, and then you teach him how to make his third and his fourth and his fifth, and you put him in a program that is user-based, it's not necessarily going to make a tremendous amount of money up front for the company. It's not necessarily going to make money for the recruiter. The guy who comes in with $1,500, he's going to make some pretty good money, but it's not based on him, it's based on his people. Now you've got a program that's going to last, because you're going to build something that if you'll take care of human beings and go low and slow, teach people how to get there too, and start making some money, from that point on, you will never lose a person who's making $2. You know, if a person's investing $98 and their monthly check is $100 or $102, and he's making a profit for the very first time in his life, he's making a profit in an affiliate marketing program that's based on the average user making money. I want to talk about one more pet peeve before I close on this one. There's companies out there that are saying, well, don't do so-and-so because you only get 50% commission. You use our program and you get 100% commission. Well, that's probably going to be the first one I'm going to talk about, is the 1UP, the 2UP, and the Australian UP programs. Is if you're in a program where you sell something and you make 100% commission and the company's not making any money and your leadership's not making any money, there's no reason for the company or your leadership to be in the business. There's no such thing as 100% commission. That company is lying. It's not possible to be in business and have a represented company where you have hundreds, if not thousands or millions of reps, and you pay out 100% commission. How are you going to pay your customer service people? What kind of website can you have if you don't make any money? What kind of customer service can you have if you as a company don't make any money? The company has to be making money somewhere, which means right up front, there's no way to pay 100%. It's a lie, and it's a scam. Anybody who starts out their program with telling you there's 100% commission is lying to you. Run the other direction. The other thing is, if they say you get 100% commission, watch, you sign up your first person, all that money comes to you. Well, there's other money, they just don't talk about that. The other money that the company gets, we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the part we pay you. Okay, so I get 100% of the money that gets paid to me. That doesn't sound like 100%. That just sounds like I'm getting 100% of what I get. Oh, the second person that you bring into the company, you don't get any of that. You have to hand that person away, and every dollar that he ever makes in the company, you have to hand that away too. How is that 100%? I'm not sure how that works. If I go out and sell something and I make $0, zero is not 100% in any math class that I've ever been in. If I have to hand away 50% of all my sales, how again do I get 100% when 50% are leaving? That's a lie. And there's people out there that are scamming people with the, well, Unlimited Profits only pays out 51%. We pay out 100%. You're not paying out 100%. You're lying to people. So watch out for the wording of something. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean that it's good at all. So the other thing about the 50%, if you hand away your second customer, let's say for instance I'm in this business and I get my friend, my daughter's friend, she joins the program. She's 17 years, 18 years old, and she tries it for a week and she doesn't do anything because she just got a boyfriend. And then my second person, I sign up Jonathan Puga. I have to hand him up. I just gave away Jonathan Puga to my upline. I don't get to work with him anymore. So not only am I not making any money off of my first person, I just handed my monster away. I just handed my guy to somebody else. I'm making less than 0%. I'm mad. For the rest of my life, I'm mad. As Jonathan Puga's going up on stage, being flown all over the country as a celebrity, making millions of dollars, and I gave him away. How are you going to make the average guy happy with that program? You're not. Somebody else besides the average guy is making money. So watch out for these programs. I want to talk about 3x6 matrix. I want to talk about binary programs. Again, just listen to the words. All you have to do is turn your brain on a little bit as you go through some of these programs, and you'll see that a lot of it's scam. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that a company can't live on 100%. So that's Comp Plans 101. Anything else from you guys before we close it out?
Man, that was awesome training. I love it, and I'm glad you addressed the 100% commissions, because that's so it's so crazy how people can buy into that. Because I mean, 100% commissions, that means the company makes no money. That's it. How do you make money if you're getting 100% of the commissions? So that's a huge thing, and people are sending out. Another thing I've noticed, I get a lot of scam emails from that 100% commission company saying all this stuff and trying to get in your mind and kind of sell you, like force you to buy it without you even knowing it. So that's another thing that makes us unique, because we don't send scam emails and brain teasers and all that stuff.
Yeah, if you don't do it now, you're going to lose out, and it's a last-minute opportunity. And if you don't do this thing, you're going to lose your position in the company. You know, all those fear of loss methods and techniques of control and manipulation. We don't do any of that stuff.
Oh, your commission just got passed up to you. Upgrade to $5,000. They keep selling you, and you're broke. I mean, you want to go broke and have to sell your house, and then you're living with Aunt Susie, and then you're back at square one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you. We'll continue this series maybe tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Invite some people. We'll get a room in here, and we'll do some Q&A.
All right, sounds great.